Hello, YouTube. How are you? Good morning. It is 10:05. It is cold. It's gloomy. We had a wee bit of dust of snow up in northwestern Wisconsin. And I'm just not in the winter mood yet. It's not even Thanksgiving. Just saying. What a morning it has been. Wow. Last night, if you saw my post, my feet looked teeny tiny in comparison to my cankles and my legs. Holy inflammation. Don't know where that happened from. All of a sudden, whammo. Could it have been because of the pedicure? I've been getting pedicures now for years, so I'm going to rule it out. It was a new place that I went to, and they didn't cut me anywhere. Well, I don't have any issues insofar as diabetes is concerned, so I'm not necessarily worried about infection. However, they did use I don't know if it was a salt scrub. It was not necessarily magnesium, and it was mint scented. So could it have been possibly one of the ingredients that I got a reaction from? I don't know. Typically, I don't get reactions from things, but I thought it was very, very unusual. It wasn't anything I ate. I eat the same things, usually on repeat. And the only thing I had yesterday was, of course, the typical, the protein coffee. And I had 4 eggs and half a pound of bacon. So that's my norm. I don't believe it was that. I just thought maybe it was just some kind of a fluke. I really don't know. But I had to raise my feet up, inflammation down. I didn't apply any cold compresses. Ooh, there's a John Deere implement in the road. That was kind of weird. Overextending into the road. With the farmland up here, you just never know. It's Sunday. The farmers have been up bright and early, so I usually am very patient for the farmers. I just thought that was kind of unusual to have them sticking out in the middle of the road. So what's on the agenda for today? My typical, normal, everyday Sunday. Go to church, get the car filled up with gas, get a car wash. It's not forecasted to have any rain or snow for that matter until Saturday, according to ALEXA. If you have one, you know why I spelled it. So that's why I'm going to get the car washed. And off to Costco. Gotta get Jack's milk. I have to pick up some of these vitamin D3 and K2 supplement. I take these in the winter time, even though Mayo Clinic says my D is so high. They're so concerned about my D levels. But I'm concerned too about not getting cooties from other people. So I'll keep my D levels high. It's not affecting my kidneys. But last night, man, It was right after I took the picture. I had bilateral thigh pain. It was so horrific that I took 4 of the Keto Chow electrolyte pills. It was that intense to try to nip it in the bud. I was upstairs and I can't walk downstairs with bilateral leg pain like that at all. I would have literally fell down the stairs. It was that intense. So I had to take the pills, get the magnesium, sodium, etc. into my body. I didn't have any salty drink or LMNT upstairs. I drank all of that. I have to replenish that in my bathroom, guest room, bathroom. And so this morning, I woke up early-ish. I fell asleep. Yeah, I'm not complaining because yesterday, the day before, yesterday, late morning, I woke up late. After I woke up, fed the dogs, went back to bed. According to my watch, my sleep for the previous day was 10 hours, 4 minutes, which some might say, wow, that's a lot. But my body needed it. Now, this morning, I woke up at 3:45. I watched the rest of Survivor that I had on last night. I'll watch it on my iPad while going to sleep. So I fell asleep while watching it. I watched the rest of that to see who got kicked off of the island yesterday. I absolutely could do Survivor because of the way I fast. I think Survivor literally is a month TV show, but they show it every week, and that's why it extends into so many months. I think it'll probably end at Christmas time. But to see these people just constantly starving, you know that they are plant eaters. They're thin on the outside, but they must be metabolically messed up on the inside. They're always starving. Coconuts, that a coconut would ever satiate me at all by any stretch of the imagination, but food is so not a part of my December anymore. My body's actually looking forward to it, whereas I'm not really hungry for it, for food, but yet my body knows it's time. It's been so many years since doing this, so my body knows that it's time. It's primed to, when it gets cold, not want to eat. And because I put on these 14 pounds of excess inflammation, water weight, something's going on, and I don't know what it is, other than the mouth abscesses that I have going on. That's the only thing I can remotely think of. Now, when I take the antibiotics to go into the dentist, I have to have it an hour before I see the dentist or have any procedure for that matter. But I haven't had that in a couple weeks. And I'm going on Thursday to have the cap put in one of them, and then the next week I'm going to see the endodontologist, the guy that's going to do the root canal in Eau Claire the next week after that. And hopefully things will become all regulated, because come December 2nd, come heck or high water, I'm stopping eating until January 11th. I was on a couple of threads and on YouTube, of course, just stating, of course, my opinion, and I always will strongly word it, giving my opinion, because, of course, the YouTuber, let's call them the influencer, they'll ask, put your comments down below, let me know what you think. So you put your opinion, but I'm not dogmatic. I'll say blah 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 in my opinion, and then people read into it like they think, or one person actually said this, well, they're just some type of a saint, like I'm doing it for the pats on the back or the kudos or whatever. No. If you know me, you know now for the last 15 years that I do this. It's not a big deal. After the third day for me, it's smooth sailing from that point forward. But again, the autophagy, the benefits of fasting insofar as staving off cancer is concerned, the fact that I cannot eat food during the entire holiday season, I think blows people's minds. One person, as a matter of fact, thought, they made the comment, well, she did say she doesn't eat for 40 days. They're reading into it, 40 days. Thinking at night I eat, or I sneak eat. Come on. Far, far from it. So I just suggested that they follow me from December 2nd through, and they'll be able to see what I'm going through. Pardon me. My lips are starting to get chapped, so I have to remember not to lick my lips, and always apply some sort of moisturizer on my lips, or what have you, to keep them soft and supple. Cracked lips are not cool. Same with the fingers. The skin on the side of my nails always gets cracked, and then I end up picking at it, and then it's just not pretty. I was on Barbara's live yesterday, Crochet Grandma, and she had Candy, and I subscribed to Candy's channel. They were both crocheting away. Barbara does a lot of lives, and she's very good. She's very, very social with people. She'll crochet. She does her thing. She'll look up at her TV, read a couple of comments, comment on it, and engage with people. She's a very darling lady, and of course there was a lot of my friends that were on the live too last night. So despite the fact that I woke up early, I was waiting for Dustin. Dustin had some technical difficulties this morning with his router, so he was on a little bit later than normal. And then Dr. Kiltz was on immediately afterwards, so it seemed as though lately there are a lot of people doing lives. Like me, when I drive, I get a chance to be able to talk to people. Unfortunately, fortunately, understanding how the laws are, I can't necessarily read the comments. You're too far away from me to read the comments. It's small, and it doesn't stand out on my little screen. I do the front-facing camera where I can see when people are commenting. So I see myself, I see the shadow of the comments, but I can't read the comments. The only one I know that I can visually ascertain is 22 cute cat. I can see that she always has the same little person waving her hand in a blue or a purple shirt. And I can pick that out, that little bitty emoji. I can pick that out a lot. Right now I see that there are 2 thumbs up, and there's 2 people watching so I can see the number 2. Today I'm expecting a shipment from Amazon. Yesterday on, where was it? Amy was on a live with Dustin yesterday, late morning, early afternoon. That's when I woke up late. I didn't know that she was on, and I'm her moderator, so I felt really bad. I woke up, like I told you, late, again after going back to bed, and I looked, I'm like, oh no, Amy's on. Wipe your eyes, hurry up, get into moderator mode. And then the dogs were acting up. Amy was talking about Cabot's cheese, the white sharp cheese. So last night during Barbara's live, Crochet Grandma, what did I get a hankering for? Charcuterie. I had to crack open a new bar, brick, if you will, of the Cabot's extra sharp white cheddar cheese and a package of charcuterie meats. And I was eating that while I was watching the Friday episode on DVR of Great Gutfeld before going to bed. There was a podcast where someone was stating to eat before going to bed. Not that I didn't eat because of that person, because of the influencer or the guests that they had on, but I was just thinking about cheese, so I thought, I have it. Amy mentioned it. Wow, I really could go for some. It was so stinking good. The dogs even loved it. The new dog, especially. The new dog is like a garbage dog. She eats everything. I wouldn't necessarily say that she's carnivore. I haven't tried any raw chicken necks on her, or duck wing tips, or any of the raw meats that I would have purchased for previous German Shepherds before that really enjoyed it. But I can tell you, this Ladybug that I have right now, Ladybug 2.0, I like to believe she's a carnivore. She's very particular. She likes her grass-fed ground beef. That's what both the dogs ate this morning. Grass-fed ground beef that I cooked up just plain, and I put in a palmful of the dehydrated full moon beef, dehydrated for them, just because it was there. And they ate that, and of course, Squeaky, the new German Shepherd mix dog, she wanted to play. When she eats, she has to go to the bathroom right away. She has to go outside. That's just how she is. But that's how Ladybug used to be too. Squeaky, super duper hyper, loves people, wants you to play. Yesterday was the first day she ate all the stuffings out of one of, we call them babies. Ate a squeaker out of one of the babies, her stuffed animals, and had stuffing all over the floor. So she learned that bad habit. Jack reprimanded her with the finger, because he does this to her all the time. Not all the time, but he's trying to teach her, because all of our dogs were taught with sign language, the finger, the index finger. He points at them, that tells them, uh-oh, Daddy's mad. Look out, uh-oh, I see comments. Hello, hello, hello. Tuning in, I appreciate it. So she hasn't exactly caught on yet with the finger, but she likes going up and down the stairs now. And she went upstairs by me. Now she comes by herself. She went upstairs by me. I was doing laundry this morning. She sashayed downstairs all by her little self. La-di-dee, la-di-da. She won't jump on the guest bed She won't jump on the guest bed. She will jump on the bed when Jack's in bed, in our bed, but we allow that. We've always allowed the dogs in the bed with us. It was a problem after I had back surgery, and more so with hip surgery for room, and Ladybug was quite accommodating. But now Ladybug, I don't know if she wants Squeaky on the bed with her. Squeaky will want to come up, so Ladybug will go by the corner that Squeaky wants to come up, as if to say, you're not coming up here, I'm guarding you, I'm going to block you. But apparently on Friday they got into a bit of a tussle, and Ladybug played a little chipper and mixed, I think, with the pit bull. Could be an Akita too because of her tail, but she is full of pee and vinegar. She's just bouncing around, super excited. Just wants to play all the time. Play, play, play. And if you're sleeping, she doesn't understand. I'm up, I ate, I went potty twice, you should be up too. So she'll sit by Jack's side of the bed and cry at him until he wakes up. But what he does is he has the sleep apnea mask. He rolls over on her, so she still audibly cries. She doesn't realize how spoiled she is yet. But in comparison to stories that we hear about other people and their dogs, I have the dogs with the cancer background. That's why I personally, me, Jerry, am adamant about not feeding them vegetables or just any standard kibble over the counter. You won't find any Purina products in my house, and you won't find any dog food that's made in a country other than the United States. Just the fact that my dogs eat the grass-fed ground beef is because I get a good deal on the grass-fed ground beef from Butcher Box. And when I purchased the ground beef from the meat sale, it seems as though the dogs like that. And I don't know if it's because there's more fat count from the grocery store 6 weeks ago that I purchased at their meat sale. But I did notice it seems like they have ground up bone in with their ground beef, just because of the texture. If you know, you know. So I'm thinking, well, it's probably one of those tactics that some butchers use. Same with water. When they add water into products, it's always heavier. Bone is heavier. So if they can get away and add 5% bone, and they can do it, and it's not to the point of if you're biting on a burger, you're going to break your tooth with that type of bone. It's very, very fine, the grind. But Ladybug's been really woofing that down big time. And I thought she was a Butcher Box ground beef snob. Go figure. I am feeling cold legs right now. It is, 30 degrees outside, so it's below freezing. My legs are chilly. At our church, they allow us to have coffee. As a matter of fact, they have a coffee bar there. They have heavy cream, they have flavorings, they have coffee, regular decaf flavored coffee, etc., etc. Almost to the level of a Starbucks, but I bring my own in my little thermos. Or I don't carry both in at the same time. My electrolytes. This goes with me wherever I go. Got to have the electrolytes. My electrolyte supply is dwindling. I have to pick up some, and I'm banking on the fact that Black Friday's coming up and I'm expecting all the deals. So I'll be doing some serious electrolyte shopping. I have enough to get me through this month. There's just not upstairs in my supply for the guests. Is why I ran out upstairs. And I don't get the electrolytes that you'll find at Costco. I don't get Liquid IV. No. I don't even settle for that. Even in a pinch, I wouldn't settle. I would have some of my Redmond's real salt or the rock salt that I carry with me before I would buy some Liquid IV products. But that's just... I am almost at my stop, my exit on the freeway for church now. Oh yeah, and then I have to stop and get Jack some Culver's custard. For dinner tonight, I am going to be making some keto, leaning more along the lines of carnivore, except it's with tomato sauce. I use a tomato paste and I thin it out. I'll cook the meat, the spices. I will bloom in the fat and the garlic, of course. Layer that down and then put the cheeses in there. I have cottage cheese. Jack's been eating my lasagna. Now remember, Jack says my food sucks. So he's eaten this lasagna before. I'm making him his, what he likes, not me. He, not me. Italian garlic bread. I will pick up some garlic butter and Sam's. I'll have to stop and get that. Costco doesn't sell it. All it is butter and garlic and spices. I'll go to Sam's, grab that real quick, fly in, fly out. I do the scan and go. Wow, I love scan and go. Get in and go. One of the guys at work asked me about my opinion of the chickens that are at Sam's and Costco. And of course I gave him my opinion. I think it's a good deal. Speaking of deals, if you're listening to this and you were one of the people that I sent the Costco gift card, just let me know if you got it. Reason being is, I hear, it happens to a lot of people, that their mail cards get stolen. My sister was mentioning that she's in a senior living situation down by Madison, downstate Wisconsin. And more often than not, these little grandmas will send their grandchildren a card for the birthday, and then they throw in cash because, well, it's just easier. And they say that the grandchildren never got the money because whomever, a card looks like a card. You can always tell if it's a card coming in the mail. It's usually a colored envelope. They're usually the standard size. And in these senior places, I'm not saying that the postal people are crooks, but I'm not going to say that they're angels either. They steal the mail. They open it up. If it's a check, well, they may rip it up. No one's ever fraudulently signed any of the checks, as far as what I've heard. But gift cards that get sent, yeah, they get stolen. Same with cash, etc., etc. Okay, I'm a block away from our church. The latest mailing that I just sent out was last week. Amy, Thomas, I mailed Thomas a check. I didn't want to mail him cash. Just because of, I'm hearing all the shenanigans that people are stealing stuff. So I wrote Thomas out a check and sent Amy a check along with a gift card. And that's why I'm asking if any of you that are expecting, Lynn, when you get yours, let me know you got the Costco gift card. These are the people that won the contest 2 this past week. Also, I should say, not 2, also. There we go. Wow, I'm going to get a front seat at church today. That wind is just blowing all the leaves. I mailed a box to the stepdaughter. She opened it. She said she was opening it. She's open. She sent me a picture of her opening it, but she never got back to me. I sent her all of my, not all, but I know Cindy convinced me, as opposed to, whoops, one of the littles were behind me, to not necessarily burn my clothes, but to give them away to people. So, Cindy, I did what you told me. Linda hasn't responded. Do they fit? Don't they fit? Are they good? Are they bad? Do you like them? Do you hate them? I don't know. I also sent her a Costco gift card, so she's probably thinking, why did she send me a Costco gift card? Because I don't have a Costco membership. A lot of people don't realize you don't necessarily need a Costco membership. You can get in with a gift card. I asked my friend Thomas about that, if he has a Costco or a Sam's, and he did say yes, but then I thought, I don't know if he has the means by which to get out to a Costco or a Sam's. So it's just easier to send money or send checks. There used to be a saying in Milwaukee at our arts center, a center for the arts in Milwaukee, a theater. We used to do a lot of theater going to when we lived in southeastern Wisconsin. Their slogan was, don't just applaud, send money to support the arts. So I put that into one of the comments lately. Don't just applaud, send beef sticks. Just saying. Okay, well, I'm going to grab the Bible, write out a check for my tithe, and head on into church. It is 5 minutes before church starts. Thanks for riding along with me, everybody. I appreciate it. Maybe, not sure if I'm going to get on later. Yay or nay, not sure. I'm sorry I didn't address you all in the chat. I apologize for that. Oh man, of all things, I grabbed the wrong checkbook. No, I didn't. I have an extra one here. Ta-da! Ta-da! So maybe I will catch you guys later. But until then, stay warm. If you're getting snow, with that snow that's supposed to be the lake effect, stay safe. Please stay safe. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Toodles.